Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. I am Benjamin Dixon, sitting in for David. David is on his way to Las Vegas. He will be back tomorrow, broadcasting from Las Vegas, so make sure you're back. Lewis, I want to say hello to you again. I know I've said it twice already, but how's it going?
I love it. It's great. It's good to have Dave here. I mean, excuse me. It's good not to have Dave here, is what I'm trying to say. No offense to Dave,
Right.
but you know, it's his hair is just crazy, and when I look at your head, I just don't have to deal with that.
Because I don't have much hair left. It's on its way out. But more importantly than my hair not being here anymore is the irony. I love seeing irony and pointing it out. There's a great irony of this weekend with the movie from HBO called Confirmation, which re-encountered the story of Anita Hill versus Clarence Thomas in the 1991 trial. And I'm sorry, not a trial, but the confirmation hearings. And this is the actual footage of Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill. This was, Lewis, I remember this. I was young. I think I was 11, but it was a flashpoint in American history. And the irony of this story playing this weekend is because one of the key figures who was in the background manipulating on behalf of the Republicans in 1991 is now one of the key figures in the background manipulating things on behalf of the Democratic Party in 2016. If you know anything about American politics, particularly the Democratic Party, you know this man. His name is David Brock. David Brock is a mastermind of political operations, a mastermind of media. He is now, he founded Media Matters. He's done so well, Lewis. He purchased a media outlet for himself called Blue Nation Review. Blue Nation Review is essentially an extension of the Hillary Clinton campaign, in my opinion, because it is David Brock is an extension of the Hillary Clinton campaign. And the irony is, in 91, David Brock used race manipulation to help get Clarence Thomas confirmed. He gave Clarence Thomas the line that this is a digital lynching, which became one of the most remembered lines from 1991. And he also was the one that coined the phrase that Anita Hill is a little bit nutty and a little bit slutty, really assassinating her character to help the Republican Party get Clarence Thomas in office as the Supreme Court justice. Fast forward 20 some odd years, he's doing the same thing now on behalf of Hillary Clinton, and he's doing it on behalf of the DNC. He's doing it. He's the guy, Lewis. I don't know if you remember the big hoo-ha. I don't know where that word came from, but the big rigmarole, if I can get even worse, around the Iowa video, the Iowa ad from Bernie Sanders, where he counted the number of black people in this ad, Lewis, and he put out this hit piece saying that Bernie Sanders doesn't think Black Lives Matter. He is really the mastermind behind the identity politics that is being played against Bernie Sanders to the detriment of the black community, to the detriment of the average American, to the working class, because of these race conversations, because of these ridiculous conversations that don't have substance, we're not able to even discuss the economic issues that most average Americans are dealing with. And this is vis-a-vis David Brock, who's been on both sides of the equations. I don't know. I'm sure you're familiar with him. What are your thoughts about his role previously as a Republican operative and now a Hillary Clinton operative?
It sounds like he is someone who maybe one hand washes the other hand. Favors are exchanged. Money might be exchanged, and it's just politics as usual. And so what is his actual political affiliation? Who knows?
Right. And actually, there's a write-up on him in the Daily Beast that says, how can anyone trust David Brock at this point? Because after 91, he came out with a book in 93 called The Real Anita Hill, attacking her even more. It wasn't good enough that he did it in 91. He did it again in 93. And then he came back and later recanted the entire story and said that he lied and that he made it up and he knew he was lying. He knew he was lying in print. And so now come to 2016, he's doing the same type of shenanigans, but he's doing it on our behalf as Democrats. And we have to ask ourselves the question, is it okay just because Democrats are doing it, or is wrong no matter who's doing it? And I think that's something that we really have to ask ourselves in this election. But I just thought it was so ironic to see David Brock in 91 doing the same type of games for Republicans, 2016 doing the same type of games for Democrats, all to the detriment of the average American and definitely to the detriment of African Americans.
Yeah, agreed. But hey, when you look at it, if you look at Hillary Clinton, she's about as far to the right as you'll get in the Democratic Party. And
so it makes sense.
Yeah, so maybe it's not too surprising that if he's supporting any Democrat, it's going to be Hillary.
That is a hell of an analysis. Lewis, when is your show coming out? When are you going to be sitting behind the big desk?
I don't know. Seems like too much responsibility. I like just pushing my buttons over here.
But that is true. If there's going to be anybody that he supports coming from the Republican Party,
Democratic Party.
Huh?
From the Democratic.
Well, coming from the Republican Party and now matching up with the Democratic Party, it would be the most right-leaning Democrat imaginable, and that is Hillary Clinton.
GameFly is sort of like Netflix for video games. They have over 8,000 new and classic games for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Wii, and a bunch of other platforms. And you can play as many games as you want for one monthly fee. And if you find some games you want to keep, you can buy them for a low used price. There's never any due dates or late fees, and our audience can get a free 30-day trial at gameflyoffer.com/TDPS. The games are shipped directly to you with return envelopes included. There's no contracts, and you can rent games through the mobile app. Get the free 30-day trial for the David Pakman Show audience and support our show by going to gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.